What is Dungeons & Dragons? I mean, that's a game that was really the predecessor for video games. When you go into a video game and you create a character, and then you take that character out into this pre-generated world, it's just that when we were kids, the technology wasn't available to do that. So, I mean, you had to play the game in your mind. I'm Joe Manganiello, and I'm obsessed with Dungeons & Dragons. How obsessed am I? I have a dungeon in my house. Yeah, it was a wine cellar when we moved into the house. My wife wanted to change it into a little Pilates studio or a dance studio. I said, I need this room, I gotta take this room. So I have like big dragon heads mounted on a wall and a giant beholder hanging from a chain. And I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons and other tabletop games since I was a kid. It was my creative outlet as a kid. I love telling stories. I always have, and that's really what the game is. It's a mix of really complex math mixed with character development and then this like craps table gambling element. You know, when I was a kid, it wasn't cool. You didn't want to say, you know, you were into tabletop role-playing games. Probably in the 80s, there was more of a division between the jocks and the nerds. I was both. I just think that people are trained to think that if you're one of those, you're not the other. I remember being at my 15-year reunion, and I bumped into one of my friends who played Dungeons & Dragons as a kid, and his wife came over. She said, "Oh, you talking about that stupid game again?" I said, "Oh, that stupid game? I do that for a living." She's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I play a guy who turns into a wolf on a show about fairies and vampires. It's the #1 show on cable." I've had a lot of fun speaking out publicly and just saying publicly, like, I like this thing. I like doing this thing. I have fun doing it. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, "Thanks for changing the game," or "Thanks for changing people's perception of this thing." My wife is supportive of whatever I do. She knows that I love it and I have fun doing it. You know, if I start talking about Dungeons & Dragons, she'll interrupt me and say, "Do you want me to go into the closet and get my tray of earrings and explain them to you for the next half an hour?" All right, fine. What's the best thing to show off my obsession with Dungeons & Dragons? I make Dungeons & Dragons merch with my streetwear company, Death Saves. I'm so obsessed with Dungeons & Dragons that I now write for them and work for them as a consultant. So I basically tracked down a part-time job that was the job that I wanted when I was a kid. The main character that I just retired, his name is Archon the Cruel. He's like a red dragon on 2 legs without wings. Dungeons & Dragons brought me on to write a storyline for him. So my character that I've played for years is now ascended and will become part of D&D canon, which is, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, as the 10-year-old kid that started playing Dungeons & Dragons, it's better than that, nothing.